여기 이제 보시면은 뭐 첫 번째로 리트러처 리뷰가 이제 정리가 된 것이 pedagogical possibilities in the English dominant classroom이에요. 그래서 영어로 진행되는 그 수업에서 영어가 이제 주도가 되는 어떤 수업에서 교육학적인 어떤 가능성이 어떤 것이 있을까라고 하는 것에 대한 관련 선행 연구를 제시하고 있고요. 다음으로 learning context and ROTEis입니다. 영어가 아닌 다른 언어로 그리고 학습 어떤 맥락이 어땠냐라고 하는 부분에 대한 선행 연구를 제시하고 있습니다. 그 다음으로 이제 using ROTEs in a community of practice예요. 그 지역사회 실제에 있어서 ROTEs입니다. 영어를 포함하겠죠. 그러니까 영어와 그리고 이제 다른 어떤 언어 사용에 관련된 관련 선행 연구를 제시하고 있고요. 그래서 특히나 뭐 I use this perspective to understand 이렇게 됩니다. 선행 연구에서 어떤 부분에 대해서 여기서 뭐 차용을 하고 있는지 언급이 되고 있습니다. 그래서 다음으로 이제 실제 그 the study로 좀 넘어갈게요. 그래서 the study 파트에서 이제 the comparative case study presented here is a part of the larger ethnographic study conducted from August 2014 to June 2015, aimed at understanding how three teachers supported emerging bilingual students in SEI classrooms예요. 그래서 그 민족기술학 그 연구가 있는데 거기서 이제 한 부분을 띄어가지고 비교 사례 연구를 여기서 했다고 얘기합니다. I define the two cases used in the present study as Miss Ash's second grade community of practice and Miss Gardner's third grade community of practice예요. Guided by the overarching question of how the use of ROT is shaped and was shaped by the COP in which they were used. I documented instances when students and teachers used ROTEs and analyzed these instances in relation to how they afford opportunities to negotiate tools, goals, and engagement. Before turning to the data collection and subsequent analysis, I described the research context, participants, and my role as a teacher입니다. 그래서 이제 리서치 컨텍스트하고 이제 participant를 언급하고 있는데요. 평가 준거 기준에 보면은 그 relationship between research and informant예요. 그러니까 이걸 밝혀줘야 됩니다. 이거 안 밝혀주면 안 되는데 여기에 지금 해당하는 부분이 있는지 좀 살펴볼게요. The site for this research one second grade and one third grade classroom in two elementary schools in the southeastern United States. The city's population of students identified as English language learners has nearly doubled in the past 5 years, and the city serves the largest population of ELLs in the state. Although this state supports some bilingual education with dual language and heritage language programs, the overwhelming majority of instruction is through SEI, an instructional model where teachers make mindful accommodations to scaffold the students' learning of content and languages simultaneously. Though the classrooms in this study follow this model, official state guides for teachers suggest that best practices include making connections to students' home languages using bilingual dictionaries and welcoming bilingual community members into the classroom. Miss Ash and Miss Gardner were selected through a purposeful sampling process from 17 teachers participating in an ESL endorsement program led by 2 university professors and me. In this program, teachers received some instruction on how to leverage home languages, including the use of translation and cognate, but were not required by this program to implement multilingual instruction or participate in this study. Similarly, those state guides encouraged teachers to include students' home languages in instruction. Ms. Ash and Ms. Gardner were not required by their school or district to do so. Ms. Ash and Ms. Gardner were selected based on reported language proficiency, expressed interest in including LOTEs in their classrooms, and evidence of competent instruction as indicated by scores on the sheltered instruction observation protocol gathered through observations prior to this study. Data were collected on a third teacher who was proficient in Spanish and English, but she is not included in this analysis due to this language proficiency. The first school, Elm Elementary, is in a neighborhood with a large population of recent immigrants from Mexico, Ethiopia, and Iraq. The pre-K4 school, students ranging in age from 4 to 11, serves 865 students with 93% listed as economically disadvantaged. 54% of students are ELLS and 62% are identified as Hispanic or Latino. Elm received a 31% approval performance framework APF rating, a measurement of students' yearly academic progress, which is below the state average. The observed second grade classroom, 7 and 8-year-old students has students proficient in Spanish and Arabic as indicated by Ms. Ash and reported by students. All 18 students are ELLS ranging from beginner to intermediate in English proficiency. Ms. Ash, a second grade teacher at Elm, was in her third year of teaching. She's white and 25 years old. She was born in the southeastern United States and attended a large state university where she studied early childhood development. After college, she worked as a kindergarten special education teacher and then moved to the city in which this research was conducted. Ms. Ash studied some Spanish in high school, but did not take any university coursework in it, and in her words, basically only speaks English. In coursework for the endorsement program, she expressed that including students' home languages in instruction was a major goal for her development as a teacher of emerging bilinguals. The second school, Sugar Elementary, is located on the outskirts of the city with a large population of African American and Latino students. In recent years, the school's neighborhood has seen a growth in immigrants from Northern Africa and Egypt. The K4 school, students ranging in age from 5 to 11, serves 950 students with 83% listed as economically disadvantaged. 34% of the students are ELLS and 22% are listed as Hispanic or Latino. Sugar received a 30% APF rating, which is below the state average. The observed third grade classroom, 8 and 9 years old students, has students proficient in Spanish and Arabic, as well as one student proficient in Uzbek. 18 of the 22 students are ELLS, ranging from beginner to advanced in English proficiency. Miss Gardner, a third grade teacher at Sugar, was in her second year of teaching. She is white and 26 years old. She was born in the southeastern United States, studied education at a small university in the city in which the research was conducted, and then began working as Sugar. She describes herself as monolingual but took some French in high school. She reported that she had attempted to include ROTEs on a few occasions prior to this study.